The Houston Texans divisional matchup is set as they will go on the road to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Chancellor Johnson joined alongside our KBRC2 Click to Houston insider Aaron Wilson. And Aaron, we know one thing as the Texans go to Baltimore, that it will be cold at M&T Bank Stadium.
You know, they're able to imitate that weather conditions here. It's not quite as cold, but it's close. It's definitely chilly. It'll warm up a little bit tomorrow, but today was a good opportunity for the Texans to get accustomed to that 27, 28 degree weather. Thankfully, it's not supposed to snow in Baltimore. Clear and sunny, but lows of 20, highs of 28, and we are going to get some snow on the way to Baltimore on Friday, but I think the guys are up to it. A lot of these players have played in cold weather before, in particular, rookie quarterback C.J. Stroud from the Big Ten Conference. Yes, he's from California, West Coast killer, as Brevin Jordan calls him, but he is not afraid of the cold, and he does throw the football well in cold weather. We saw that today.
Yeah. You know, the Texans players have said that the weather will not be a problem, but what will be a problem, as it is for most teams, is Lamar Jackson. How do the Texans stop what will likely be this year's MVP in Lamar Jackson?
What you have to do with Lamar is you have to rush him in waves, and you have to be disciplined in your pass rushing lanes. You can't just fly after the quarterback and expect him to stand there. He'll make you miss, and he might run for a touchdown. So sometimes what you need to do is get up the field and then start containing, hold your position, and sacrifice for the greater good of the team. And that means squeezing the pocket and collapsing it to a point where you can get him down. He's sacked sometimes, he's hit sometimes, he's human. But he is multidimensional, dual threat as they come. And I think the best running quarterback in the league since Michael Vick.
Yeah. You know, he is human, but he's also a human highlight reel as well. The Texans, though, they did have some success against him in week one. Of course, we know they kept the game close up until halftime, then they got away from them. But both teams, they really have grown since week one. What's been the biggest difference, do you think, with seeing the Houston Texans from week one versus where they are right now in the divisional round?
Confidence in C.J. Stroud from the team, from the things they ask him to do, to himself, to his chemistry and sync with the receivers, especially Nico Collins. And it was sort of a nascent stages in the beginning of the season, but it started with Tank Dell and Nico. It extended to other players, and now he's comfortable throwing to anyone. We saw that with Brevin Jordan. We saw that with a lot of players this past game. And no Noah Brown. They'll have Steven Sims. He'll probably mostly do returns. But what I've seen from them is the growth of him, and what I've seen from the growth of the Ravens is Lamar Jackson's comfort factor with Todd Monken. So now they're in sync, and he's having an MVP type of season.
Yeah, the Houston Texans, you mentioned they are a really confident group heading into this game. But what has been the kind of mentality? You talked to them in the locker room. What was the main standouts that you got talking to the players just now?
Right, and talking to Blake Cashman, talking to Jonathan Grenard, talking to Robert Woods, a real confidence, authenticity, and where the moment's not too big for them. I think that winning a playoff game did mean a lot to them, because that's sort of when you have your bona fides, that you can beat a team that just beat you. And I think their confidence was a little bit dented by the first game against the Browns, boosted by this last one. And now, you know, they just seem very mature. Guys are calm, confident, and I think a lot of that confidence stems from their leader, D'Amico Ryans, and their quarterback leader, C.J. Stroud.
The Houston Texans looking for their first AFC Championship berth, but in order to do so, they'll have to go through the Baltimore Ravens. Here at NRG Stadium, he's Aaron Wilson. I'm Chancellor Johnson for KBRC2 Digital.